In Northeast Washington, wolves are back, and so is the conflict over their place in the wild. Wolfland is a new documentary produced by Cascade PBS. It follows a wolf-protecting cowboy as he works to find common ground with ranchers in Northeast Washington. I'm pleased to welcome the film's director, Sarah Hoffman, and producer, Sarah Menzies. Thank you, Sarah, for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So what can you guys tell me about where this film takes place, the area, and why you wanted to choose this location in particular?
Yeah, so this film takes place in Colville, which is about an hour and a half north of Spokane, so in eastern Washington. And this is the area where the majority of Washington's wolf packs are. And so we chose this area to kind of look at, in this wild place with this really heavy forested land, how are, ranchers and wolves kind of coming into contact with each other.
Wow, and coexist. And there's a conflict between wolves and ranchers that's been going on for several years. Can you guys explain the tension, too, of what's happening?
Yeah, so wolves were nearly eradicated from the landscape up until the 1930s. So there were very few wolves, and it wasn't until 2008 that they actually started coming back into Washington. So you have these ranches that have been here for generations, and then you have wolves coming back. And wolf advocates really excited to have wolves back on the landscape, but that's kind of what created this tension between them. And so in our film, we really look at, these two people and how they're managing that.
Okay, and I want to talk about these two people, Daniel and Jerry. How did you guys find them?
Yeah, so one of our science series at Cascade PBS, Human Elements, really features a lot of different people in the science and environment space. And so in looking to do a story for that, we met Daniel. And on that trip, we were able to meet Jerry, our rancher, and we just knew that there was more to the story, and we had to come back.
Okay, and they're a bit of an odd couple. How are they able to find common ground and work together eventually?
Yeah, so, you have Jerry, who's a multi-generational rancher. You have Daniel, who has a background with wolves and with animals, who actually moved from the west side of the state all the way out to the east side, kind of put himself in the middle of this conflict. And what they found, I think, is that they both were having the same goal, which is to protect what they love. So for Jerry, that's his ranching culture. And for Daniel, that was to protect the wolves that he'd been working with for so long. And so they actually use a lot of different methods to do this together. Some of them are putting up flags that kind of move in the wind and make noise to scare wolves away. Air horns that make loud, and other things that make loud noises. And then range riding is a tool that Daniel uses. So he's riding out on the landscape, he's tracking wolves, he's understanding their whereabouts so that he can keep them from ever coming close to the ranch, but make sure that they're still able to, be in these wild spaces and thrive.
That's so fascinating. And I imagine during this film, there were probably some big challenges as well to make this film happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, wolves are elusive creatures, right? So I think even just trying to find them is one thing, but Sarah and the team out there did a great job of, with Daniel, of actually having some spottings, don't you think? That was a pretty exciting scene.
Yeah, so we actually came into contact unexpectedly with a wolf pack, and so in the film you'll get to see Daniel use some of these methods in real time where, these wolves are encroaching on private property, and so that's going to put the people and their animals at risk, and that's also going to put the wolves at risk because once they attack, then they're much more likely to be killed for different reasons. And so some of the challenges were just being out in the elements. We filmed in the rain, in the snow, we're climbing mountains, we had people on horseback, and with all of our equipment, but it kind of just added to the adventure of it all.
I imagine this was the biggest adventure and so fun to work together. Sarah, too, Wolfland is also an official selection at SIF, so congratulations to you all. What's next for the film?
Well, we're really excited that we can hopefully have a big footprint with it. I think that this is a problem that isn't unique to Washington State, and Sarah did a really great job telling that story. As you mentioned, that these are sides that are usually polarized, right? And she's found a story where they've really come together to exist. We want to make sure that our distribution plan on this can hit all the Western states that have the same kind of issue, whether it's with cattle and wolves or any space where we're encroaching on wildlife space. And so we will be doing this concerted effort with other PBS member stations to all release it around the same time, and kind of have our own rollout with this, both online and or on broadcast and on demand. So we're very excited by this fall that it'll be available for everyone to see if they're not in town for SIFF this weekend.
That's amazing. And what do you hope is the big takeaway from this film, too, for people that go and see it?
I mean, I think that's it, is that we don't need to look at folks on either sides as enemies, you know? Jerry, I think the story of the rancher, the common story is that they're the bad guy. When this is Jerry's livelihood, you know, this is, and you got to take that seriously. Daniel, yes, is out there protecting wolves, but I think when they work together, you can see this really positive outcome, even if they have different goals. And so that has been your North Star in the storytelling, as has your style of getting it out there, which I think you nailed. But I hope that that's what people can see, that we don't need to think of this as being opposites, and when you actually come together, you can have a real impact. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies, for being here. Well, we really appreciate it. And Wolfland debuts at the Seattle International Film Festival May 17th and 18th. It will make its broadcast and streaming debut this fall.